I'm Mark, and this is my journey through tarot. Thanks for stopping by. Today, I'm going to clarify the last reading, which was on the Senate, and that was for 215. And I left that reading with, I'll show you, put the laptop down. I left that reading Wands as the final outcome, and I just was hurrying through that, and I should have taken a minute to clarify. And what we're talking about is that the Senate, their final outcome of that previous reading was a Three of Wands, which is making plans for the future. And of course that's what the Senate was doing. I should have clarified this, and I'm going to do it now before I do the next reading. So let's just get that out of the way. So I'm going to clarify that with these tiny little Rider-Waite cards that I actually got these to take on the airplane when we used to be able to fly to places, and that was several years ago. And it's the funniest thing. Every time I go somewhere with these, I'll just typically sit in the seat and shuffle like this, and someone will always be interested in these tiny little cards, and you end up with the whole row of folks leaning in to have their opinion about what the outcome is. And almost always somebody says, oh yeah, I'm going to get some of those when I get off the plane. So cards, what I want to do is I want to clarify in the last reading the Senate. It was moving on, making plans, and so I'm going to spread these out, just pick 3 cards, and then make a clarification on what does this mean for that the Senate is moving on. So cards, as they used to say, feet don't fail me now, cards don't fail me now. 3 cards. Take 1, 2, and 3. Okay, these are so adorable. Look at the size of them next to the other ones. So cool. So Senate, what the heck are you going to planning for specifically? And the first card for that clarification, do I have these upside down? I do. Now I have to apologize because I don't read inverted cards. I'm going to put this down and give it a stab. Now this is the Ten of Pentacles, and when the Ten of Pentacles is upright like this, it's talking about success and maybe generational wealth, or you could be talking about the wealth in this case, because we're talking about the Senate, the wealth of the country, maybe the bounty from the Senate. This could in fact have been all the things that have been backed up in the Senate during the time of Mitch McConnell. So the fact that it came out reversed like that, I'm just going to go with that and say that this represents everything that has been backed up in the Senate, and that now hopefully we want to try to get through. So that's the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, my take on that. The next card of this clarification is going to be the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is really suffering over a worry that's just obviously so disturbing. So we've got the Senate making plans, knowing that there's a lot left on the table to deal with, and there's a lot of distress over that. And then the final card is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess speaks to the reader about using your intuition. And in this case, as always with the Rider-Waite deck, this High Priestess is studying the Torahs. This is like a book of knowledge. She's left or is just between the gates of Solomon, between strength and making something happen. She's a very fruitful, bountiful priestess with a lot of promise. So it's a difficult clarification for me. So the Senate is making plans for the future. There's a lot that was left on the table before in this Ten of Pentacles that they have to deal with. There's 9 of Swords here. So I'm going to say out of these 10 things, there's 9 things that are just going to be so difficult to deal with. And we have to use our intuition as the High Priestess. The High Priestess brings forth bounty. You know, and I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to clarify further this High Priestess, because it just is a worry for me. But I'm not going to use these mini cards. I'm going to go back to the Golden Universal Tarot that I started out with. I'm going to do a quick shuffle. I haven't used these cards since I shut down for the last reading, but I had not incorporated the cards for that reading. Usually after I've done a reading, I put the cards back in from the reading in a random matter throughout the deck. But I haven't done that here. I had stacked them on the top of the deck, pushed them into that box that they came in, and went on to do something else. And that was just nagging at me that I hadn't clarified. So I'm going to take this instance to clarify even further. We had the 3 of Wands telling us there's plans for the future. I think we've got a lot on the table to deal with. 9 of these things out of the 10 are almost impossible, or such a problem. Our intuition is what I want to clarify. And please, cards, tell me, what is it in this intuition? What is the one thing that is so important? I hope this works. I've never done this before. I'm going to take another 3 cards from this deck to clarify that clarification. 1, 2, 3. And I will say that of these 3 cards, as soon as I feel like I have a clarification, that's going to stop it. And if after 1 card everything's clear, I won't pull the other 2. If after 2 cards everything's clear, I won't pull the last one. But the 3rd card will be the final clarification for this. So we've got the High Priestess clarification. What is the one thing that the Senate is trying to make sure they get through? Cards, don't fail me now. Look at that. It's the 10 of Pentacles. So that's verification of, for me, I mean, that sent a chill up my back, my neck. So this is verification for me that I had read this 10 of Pentacles correctly. My goodness. But it still hasn't left us with an idea of what is the last thing. It could be that all of those are the worry, and it's the fact that only one of the things can be dealt with, because we have 9 that are a problem. That's spooky. And here we have, as the second card, is the Knight of Cups. And you know, the Knight of Cups is bringing forth, and he's doing this in a measured, gentle way. This fellow isn't galloping into the scene. He's not steadfast, keeping his place, but instead he's taking a leisurely walk into all of the emotions. See this waterfall coming down here? This is indicative to me of all the passion that is going into the problems with the Senate right now. But he is holding that one cup, one offering, and it's radiating out. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but this is a very radiant gilding of this blue sky here. So there is this one thing, and that, you know what, that verifies this 9, because this was 9 and then this is the 10. Let's see if the last card makes this any clearer at all. And the last card, it does, as a matter of fact. This is the 6 of Pentacles, which is distribution of the wealth. You can see that this fella is holding the scale. He's doling out the money to the people in need. And for me, this speaks to the relief package that we have to, the Biden administration wants to get through. And I think that's the one thing that these senators are going to agree on. So that's my clarification for my clarification of the read from previous reading, talking about the plans of the Senate. I hope that helped you out. It made me feel a lot better, especially with this double verifications of the Ten of Pentacles, and then this Knight of Cups, bringing forth the one last thing out of these 9 to make 10, and it seems to be the relief package. Thank you so much, and I'm going to shut this down, but then I'll be starting right back up again because we've on this for about 10 minutes with another short reading. Thanks for stopping by.